Hey guys, it's Ep57 and welcome back to episode 57 of my Leeds United career mode. Now today we've got a couple of games to play in the Premier League. We've got first of all Norwich and then I think there's QPR later on as well. We're currently just one position in front of Norwich on the same points with a game in hand over everyone else. If we do beat them, then we could go as high up as third place possibly, although it'd be more likely to be fourth place above West Brom, so that'd be a good result if we could try and do that. But then obviously we've got QPR afterwards, which will probably sim, followed by I think a Europa League game as well in the group stage again, which will be a tough one. Hopefully though we can get some wins from those ones. Before we get into the episode, if we could go hit 25 likes on this video, that'd be really appreciated. Also, don't forget to go subscribe as well if you haven't already, and let's get on into things. This is the team I'm going to be playing with to come up against Norwich. It's going to be with Callum Wilson up front. We're also playing Dele Alli in the midfield there alongside Bridcut because Lewis Cook is suspended. And Gomez starts at left back. Other than that, it's pretty much the team you'd usually expect. And yeah, let's get on with things and hopefully get 3 points. The reason for dropping Berahino is because he's basically not able to play because he's got not enough energy for this match. So I don't think we can really start him, especially with QPR, I think in 4 or 5 days' time. So we'll save him for that game. He'll probably come off the bench though at some point, to be honest, because Callum Wilson hasn't been too good starting for us. And also, I think Berahino is now worth 20 million as well, which is pretty good. Considering we got him in for free as well from West Brom. So 20 million he's now worth. Not that I'm looking to sell him, but it's just interesting to see how much his value's gone up since joining us. Here we go, out to Demarai Gray. He's going to try and find Calvin Phillips with the cutback. Hasn't quite found him there. We have started off quite well. Calvin Phillips again starting this game really well for us as well. Bridcut's looking for Calvin Phillips. Back into Dele Alli. Going to look for Calvin Phillips. That might well be offside. I think it was quite a bit offside in the end. Decent bit of play though. Maybe a little bit too intricate in the end. We just need to try and get a shot off. I was tempted with Dele Alli. I just played the pass instead. It wasn't far, actually. I didn't realise that I thought it was going to be much more than that. It was only a small gap between him and the last man. Oh, no way, they got 1-0 up. I wasn't sure they'd be offside that one, to be honest, but that's come from nowhere. 39 minutes in, it's, I think, is it Mbakani, I think? Yeah, it is. But it gets played out wide, to be honest, they do pull us apart in the defence. And it's a good ball in and a decent finish in the end. We're losing 1-0. I think that's their first proper chance, really. That's a bit disappointing, especially when we've been in their half and on the edge of their box so often. Calvin Phillips, again, brilliant from him, winning it back. And he has got a lot of energy. Well, they're saying that he's starting to tire out after this first 45 minutes, but he's got away from the defender pretty well. Gets brought down in the end and wins a free kick nearly at half time here. Could do with getting an equalising goal just before we go into the break. Not too many big players in there. We've got Dele Alli up there, and in the end that's just gone miles over the bar. And that's it for the first half. In going into the second half, we're just going to keep things the same. There's no need to change it. We have been the better team, so I won't change it just yet. Berahino will come on though, I would have thought at some point. Unless obviously we somehow score 4 goals in the next 15 minutes. When yeah, to Calvin Phillips. Looking for Callum Wilson. Oh, it's off the post. I wouldn't rule out the 4 goals just yet. But certainly that was a brilliant chance for Callum Wilson. It's one that I think you've got to ask the question, would Berahino have scored that? I think he probably would have on his left foot. But it is still 1-0 to Norwich. Okay, I'm going to make some changes now. I think we're just about to approach the 60th minute. I want to make the changes as early as possible. So we are going to bring on Berahino. We're also going to take off Demarai Gray. And I think we are going to bring on Galloway. Again, I've been playing him in that position quite a lot recently, but I think he can do us a good job there. And we're also going to bring on Yaya Toure as well and take off Dele Alli, who hasn't been that good for us in this game. Hopefully those 3 changes will make us win this match. Calvin Phillips looking for the run of Bridcut. Open them up here. Bridcut will have a shot and it's saved. Well, just about. Anyway, it's parried out into the defence. Sadly, Berahino was not there to prod it in. We are looking a little bit better, but saying that, they have kept the ball much better at Norwich in this second half. They just haven't got as far forward as they did in the first half. That's a really poor pass. I think it might have been Bailey, but I can't quite tell, to be honest. 2 minutes left. We've got to try and find ourselves a goal. Not really done too much, the subs that I brought on, especially Yaya Toure. Galloway's tried, but he's found it difficult to get on the ball too much, to be honest. He's had to do a lot of defending. And they've passed it around like Barcelona here in Norwich. I don't know how they've managed it, other than that one that you've just seen go there. But 2 minutes left, and that was not supposed to go to him. Just those sort of things haven't quite gone our way in this match. Very poor in the second half, and we probably should have won the game from the first half performance. We've lost it 1-0 to Norwich. Possession-wise, doesn't really surprise me that much, to be honest. But yeah, we weren't good enough to get the 3 points, or any points, in fact. Now let's move on to some player drills. These are the 5 players I'll go with. Going to keep them the same again this week. Might change them up when we move into sort of December or January time. Rossetti there going up to 72 overall, but the rest of the players staying the same overall. Okay, quite a few emails in from our players. First of all is Munier saying he'd like a rest for this game against QPR. Aravidis saying that he wants to leave. Same with Tommy Smith and Capella. So yeah, we'll have to deal with that when we come to it, obviously in the January transfer window. We've also got the youth squad report to look at as well. I'm going to try and sign this guy up here. He looks very good. Potential's high. His overall at the moment isn't too bad actually for his age. He's a centre forward. I'm going to give him a 3-year contract. Hopefully he accepts it though, because he does look like he could be a quality player. If you look at those stats already, he's quite a fast player, good ball control as well. So he could be an interesting player for us to use at some point. Now onto the QPR game. This was the game I was originally going to sim. Started to question that now though, obviously with the loss against Norwich. That pushed them all the way up to 4th, I think. Yeah, it has all the way up to 4th on 24 points. So started to question whether I should play this QPR game. But I'm not going to. I am going to sim it through the calendar. So hopefully we can get ourselves a win. Actually, rather than sim it through the calendar, I'm just going to put out my best team and sim it normally. I mean, Yaya Toure is starting here. We do have some high overall starting, so we should be able to win this game, really. That's the side I've gone with. Cook remains on the bench as he comes back from suspension. But hopefully that's going to be enough to win. I think Garcia's starting on the right-hand side of centre attacking mid. But simming this match, we really should be beating QPR. We've got Yaya Toure in the team, Berahino, Dele Alli. We've got some big players in there. Bailey, Congolo, Jack Butland in goal. We have a better team than QPR, that's definite. So we should be beating them at home as well. Pressure's on now to just get a result. 25 minutes in, still nothing's happened. We need a goal. Berahino gets us one. 1-0, 33 minutes into the second half. I have a feeling they might get a goal here, but Cook scores in the 52nd minute after coming on for Garcia. Alex Moore on. Purchase scored in the 68th minute, 15 minutes left. And we're still winning the game 2-1. It's going to be tight. And we've managed to just about win the game against QPR 2-1. We'll take it. The 3 points is what we were after. And we got them. Now into Europe we go. And hopefully we can continue that winning form from the last game. And we need to try and finish top of our group if we can. We need a little bit of luck from Copenhagen slipping up. Or obviously us scoring more goals than them if we both win. So let's have a quick look at the goal difference. How many goals do we need to score more than them? Well, actually, we're on the same, so we just need to try and get as many as possible by the looks of it. But we have a player suspended. Liam Bridcut, I think that's just going to be for the Premier League game. Hopefully he's not out for this match. And Galloway has to discuss wages. Spencer saying thanks, same with Munier. And we will quickly do Brendan Galloway's wages. I think we've got enough money. We're doing quite well, I think, financially at the moment. Is it 5 million we've got? Let's have a little look. 6.5. So yeah, we've got enough to definitely give Galloway a boost on his contract. He has been a fairly good player for us, so we are definitely going to reward him. He's currently on 25, we're probably on about 35 maybe, 40 in fact. So we'll give him 40 grand. He's young, he can grow a lot, and I think he's definitely worth it, considering obviously some of the amounts other players are getting like Congolo. Yaya Toure will be on the way out at some stage as well, so that'll be 100 grand in the bank hopefully. So yes, let's move on to this game now. I'll quickly change around the team and I'll be back once I've done that. Just realised that before I change around the team, we've got some more emails to look at. Brilliant news, Galloway joins on a new contract, I should say, but Rasulu does join us from the youth team, so that should be pretty good to try and get another youth player. We'll take a quick look at his overall, then I'll finally decide on what sort of team I'm putting out. It's obviously going to have to be a pretty strong team. We do have most of our players available, to be honest, so it shouldn't be an issue there. Where is he? There he is, 57 overall, like he said, and yeah, he looks pretty decent, actually. Not bad. He's left-footed. He can play striker or centre-forward. 16 years old. He looks like he could be a good player for us. We'll probably send him out on loan at some stage, though. And I'll change around the team now. Okay, this is the team I'm going with. This is, for me, my best team that I have on current form. So it's the usual defence, as you'd expect. Jack Butland in goal, obviously. Bridcut and Cook in front of them. Calvin Phillips at centre attacking mid. He's now cemented his place in the team. He's really good for us in-game. Gray on the left-hand side. Munier on the right-hand side with Berahino up front. That's the bench I've gone with. Again, Yaya gets on the bench just. But yeah, he's definitely going to be leaving us, I think, now. hasn't been good enough when he's come on and hasn't been good enough when he started, so what's the point of having him? We are going to get on with this game now, hopefully get ourselves a win and see how we can get on. It's going to be a tough game, this one. Hopefully, though, we can get enough goals to get through first place in our group. Oh, Gray's won that race. Can he win the next one? Not quite. And already their defence is looking very shaky at the back. We're hoping to capitalise on that one, though, because we do press really well. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I was saying that pass wasn't the greatest, neither was that tackle. When you're looking to switch it to Galloway, he's got up the pitch nicely. Brendan Galloway, and it's not scored somehow, but Berahino puts it in. I was hoping he was going to be onside. I didn't think he was, to be honest. But it's a brilliant switch of the play. Galloway, for some reason, that high up the pitch. Don't really know why. Can't complain too much, though, because it does eventually get scrambled in. And we're winning the game 1-0. We needed that goal desperately. And Berahino's got his first goal, I believe, in European football for us. I'm pretty sure that is the stat now. So yeah, I can't believe that. I think it's his 6th game. And he's only scored 1 goal for us so far in this competition. Can we find Berahino this time with a long ball? That's much better. Shame the chest didn't take him further on, though. Trying to find Calvin Phillips. I don't know what we're doing here. We're all over the place. Cuts back inside. And that was not me with that touch. And that is it for the first half. We are winning the game 1-0 still. I'm going to keep things exactly the same. We are doing, obviously, a lot better than them. We haven't been rewarded with the goals, though, sadly. Let's move on to the second half. Hopefully we can get a couple more goals. Berahino trying to find Amari Gray. He's moved on to the right-hand side now for some reason. Can't quite get that ball in. We are just missing a little bit of height in the box as well from those sort of chances. Oh, the through here. It's a good chance. Has it gone in? No, just wide. It's the first proper chance, but they did open us up from that opportunity. And we need to be careful. We need to desperately get a second goal. I don't know how we've not got one so far. A few changes with 10 minutes left. We're going to try and go for a second goal if we can. It's a little bit risky, I know, because we're not winning by much. We could end up drawing this game. I think we need another goal, to be honest. I'm going to make those 3 changes that you've just seen there. Hopefully try and spice things up with 10 minutes left. Maybe we won't even have enough chance to get the subs on, to be honest. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Berahino is left with not many people around him. But that's another foul, and that's surely another yellow card. I don't know whether he's already on one. I suppose most of the players are at the moment, but is that a second? Doesn't look like it. Oh, yes, it is a second. 5 minutes left. Right, let's get cracking. Okay, this is a good chance. Alex Mort's just come on. Can he score, do you think, from this one? It's going to be a tough one. It's difficult with left-footers. Oh, it's a good save from the keeper. Brilliant strike in the end from Alex Mowat. Has gone out for a corner, and he will take this as well. Into the box. Bridcut's up there, but I don't think he was ever going to win a header, to be honest. I don't know why he's in the box. And is that offside? Is that why they've given it? I think so. Wilson looking for Calvin Phillips. Can't quite hold on to it. Back to the keeper. Quite a harsh pass back to him. But there's not long left now. We do still have the ball, though. 3 minutes added on. A second goal, I think, would be needed at this stage. Wilson going to try and put one into Alex Mort at the back post. Does get headed away. Still can win it back, but that's probably going to be it now, I'd imagine. One more chance, maybe, from this throwing. Not got too much height in that. It's a poor pass in the end. It was meant to go to Callum Wilson. We've won the game 1-0. I don't know whether that'll be enough to finish top of the table, though. They might have just beaten us by a couple of goals. Let's have a look. Copenhagen actually drew, I think. Yes, they drew, so we've gone top. Wow, I expected them to just win that game, but they drew, so we have finished top of the league, and we should get a slightly easier team in the next round. We'll have to wait and see, obviously, when that draw is done. Very good news, though, that we've got the 3 points from that game, and we've got Leicester City afterwards, so should be a tough game, this one. I don't know where they are in the league, but we've got 1.7 million also there coming in, and Bridcut is suspended. Too many yellow cards. I am getting Cook and Bridcut a lot of yellow cards at the moment, just trying to win back the ball so often. That will happen sometimes. We have a lot of centre mid, so we should be okay. Again, we're going to go with some more play drills. We won't have time for the Leicester City game in this episode. Sorry about that, but we've just kind of run out of time, to be honest. But there will be a second video out today about the Leicester City career mode. But it won't actually be an episode of it. It'll make more sense when it comes out. It'll be 2 or 3 minutes long, I'd imagine. But it's basically what's going to be happening after Leicester City career mode finishes, which might be sooner than you think, put it that way. So that's going to be it for this episode. I don't want to sign for Bolivia. We are going to just delete that one as well. But that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If we could go hit 25 likes on this video, that'd be really appreciated. Also, like I said at the start, don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.